All right. We're about to go live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
We're live, pal.
We're live. We're live. Yes, we are. I'm going to start sharing.
I'll share too with CH.
Yeah. Do it. Share.
Push it real good. Boom.
What's up? What's up?
When did he do the milk truck? It had to be after
That's
this.
Is
sometime
this?
after this.
That's
this
after
episode?
this.
This is the episode after Invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did sometime.
Because he's feuding already. Yeah. What's up, Joe Rivers?
Is your middle name Crimea? Hardy, hard.
That's not nice. You don't talk about Joe Rivers like that.
We live?
Yeah, we're live. We're live, pal.
I'm not going towards Joe Rivers.
Share stories. Real story. What's good, XCPW Universe? I got M. Accuracy. I got the GM, Travis Sparks, owner of Call of Honor. We are live. We're doing a little Q&A. We're going to talk about Caw and all that stuff. And I guess whatever these guys want to talk about. But yeah, link, click it now.
Now, hurry up.
What's good, XCPW? That's where it gets annoying. Link. Live with Call of Honor.
Daddy-o.
On the next side. COH. Share. Done. Okay. All right. Well, what should we talk about? No, I got a question.
All right, go ahead.
Maybe I do this. There we go. So I got a question for Travis specifically. How is moving it to the IG scene? How is the transition from you went from Facebook, now you went to the IG?
I'll take this from you, Tony. It's actually been quite a lifesaver because that's how I discover a lot of the current talent that I have now. It makes me wish I would have done it years ago when I during the original COH for I quit everything, but now I'm back, and I knew I didn't want to have the same roster that everybody else had.
Yeah.
So once we went, it may have been you that convinced me to do Insta.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so I did that, and then slowly I started building up a roster because I really didn't have that many people when we were doing the first Rage. I only had like a handful, maybe 20-something guys.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have at least double, maybe more, because every other day I get a new message from someone that wants to join.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like who messaged you? Do you know a couple people?
Most of them debuted on last Rage in that 8-man battle royal.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool. I may open a TikTok soon of COH because you did mention that to me.
It's fun. It's fun because you already do reels and shit like that, so yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
It helps. You gotta catch up with the times, old man.
I know. Shit, man. I gotta catch up. I gotta keep up with these kids.
How's transition to you? I mean, did it affect you in a way or not?
Instagram, like I'm still kind of like so blasé about Instagram right now. It's like, yeah, I get that little oomph of fun going with it, but then I get bored real quickly posting all that shit because it just feels repetitive. I should be doing it way more often, but
you know who's really getting into the IG scene? Scott. He's been posting a lot lately. Scott Adams. Yeah.
The part of my problem is that I'm so old school. Like, I always felt like my character or characters benefited more when they didn't have that stuff. They felt more larger than life. I mean, because think about it. When you were a kid, all the wrestlers that we grew up with, Undertaker, Kane, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, Steve Austin, all this stuff, they didn't have all this stuff. I mean, they have it now, but when we were growing up, they felt larger than life because we weren't following them 24/7. The only way we could follow them is watching the TV. So I always felt like there was more to it. And I'll give you an example. There's a wrestler that most people would say is larger than life, and his name is Andre the Giant. Large in many ways. But he died, unfortunately, in 93. Guy never even got to see the blow up of the internet and all that stuff, but he's larger than life, and people think of him as this mythical creature. I think there's more to it when you don't have so much of a social media presence as you would. Now, in case of Travis, he's got a company, so that's more different. I'm just a talent. So it's like, I feel like if you're a talent, there's more to being mythical if you're not always like posting your thoughts 24/7. Like, here, Monoxide is taking a huge ass Joe Rivers in the toilet right now. Sorry about that. I just had to throw that in there.
Well, this goes back to the problem I think we just have with modern Hollywood, how, like, all the celebrities, why there's no draws in today's business. We talk about draws in wrestling. Like, who's a big actor in today's Hollywood that people will go out of their way to see? I mean, at one point it was Dwayne. Well, his movies have been going down the toilet recently, which...
What movie was he ever in that was good?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's done so many forgettable movies, but, people still went to go see him, I guess. But it's just like, it's almost like the Avatar movies. You see the Avatar movies, but you don't know a damn thing. Like, Eureka, like, what happened in that last movie?
But
like,
that's where it's like, I think Batista's done better. Batista's movies are way more memorable than his.
But, we're talking about that. But to my point, like, who's a star?
In wrestling? Or
Whether it be in wrestling or in Hollywood, like, who's a big star? What made people stars was that you didn't know nothing about them. Only time you ever really got to see them person when they're not character was when they're at an award show, whether it be the Oscars. But that's really it.
I think for like a child, like a pop star or a star has to be probably like a Zendaya, right? Or Timothy Chalamet.
Well, yeah, they're all names, but when people go, oh God, I gotta go see that new Zendaya movie, and like, is it must see? Or people, like when a Marvel movie came out, especially Avengers, that wasn't an event. You had to be. It's one of those you had to be there to see it. And it was like that at one point with celebrities in the '80s. Arnold was the biggest action star in the world. It's just like there's a saying, video killed the radio star. I think internet killed the movie star.
Internet killed a lot of things, but it opened up a lot of things, I guess. Right?
Yeah, because now it's like, as you just mentioned, like now we hear a lot of celebrities go political these days, when at one point that was very rare. But yeah, the best thing, what made people celebrities, that we didn't know nothing about them. Like, Hulk Hogan, we all looked at Hulk, like we needed someone to look up to. And now it's like we don't have that anymore.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Would people care to see a Robert Downey Jr. movie if he's not playing Iron Man?
But do you think it's more about a director part? Like, we gotta see that new Nolan movie coming out?
You have those. That, like Tarantino, for example. Oh, we gotta go see that new Quentin movie. Yeah. Like, but that's like very rare because those are the directors that have power to do their own thing. Not many directors get that authority. Whether not everyone's like Spielberg or Tarantino or Nolan. So, because those are the directors that kind of get to make the movies that they want to make instead of the film that the studio wants them to make. And sometimes they may do what they call one for me, one for you. All right, Steve, I'll make your little Hollywood movie, but in return, you get the fun movie I want to make. And a lot of directors do that. They call that the one for me, one for you.
Oh, yeah, you owe me one.
Yeah.
It's the...
I'll make you this movie.
It's the Silent Bob effect. The Jay and Silent Bob, like, okay, Ben Affleck, you did this for me, I'm going to do that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't think that's like, it's like that in CAW? In a way? I mean, all right, I'm not going to be ego, but like, all right, X, right? Like, the fact that... It's funny, I never had a singles run in my 6 years of CAW till the last 2 years. So now it's like, oh, X, like X is in the promotion, X is in that promotion, X is in, oh, HLR. So, okay. And it's thanks to the IG side that I did that. Yeah, everybody knew about XVPW because of Facebook and the constant trolling memes. Sorry, guys. It was just, it was, I did fun at the time. I was having fun, but I did regret those a little bit, But now, as my Caw X, it's like, shit. Like, now I get a chance to do COH and all that stuff. And I felt like, due to, I guess, the constant of me producing these matches and whatnot, I felt like IG did help that side a little bit. Was there, because I know who was a top star during your guys' time that, oh, you got to sign this guy.
Was there really a top star per se?
Like a Ray Geddes or
Well, Ray didn't come in much later.
So
he was like
Stefan. He was or the Ben Hopkins. Was he the top star of the?
Well, he was a rising star.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're talking 2011 when COH started,
it was a completely different game.
Yeah, you gotta understand that.
So you guys are the golden era, technically.
I guess depending who you ask, what year or what era was kind of the golden era. Some people say the era of Ska, the Superstars of Cogs. Who was like one of the very first? Was it No DQ?
They started like in 2004, but then you've got SMF who claims that they started in like 2001 because they were doing it on Just Bring It, for fuck's sakes. But obviously they didn't have an internet to promote their show on. And those were fantasy leagues. I mean, I don't really know what the first league was where people were actually cutting promos. I just remember when I started. This is going back 2007. It's going to sound really ridiculous in retrospect. But the funny thing about CAW back in the day was that it wasn't just original characters. You were portraying a gimmick. You were portraying a gimmick that was already on TV. So, like, for example, if you were coming in 2007...
I would have been probably Jeff Hardy.
You would have been Jeff Hardy. You would have had the Jeff Hardy entrance, the Jeff Hardy music, the Jeff Hardy promo. When a couple guys that have worked with Travis, like for example, there was a guy by the name of Morris. He kind of took over the Christian persona because that was me at first. Then I took over the Shawn Michaels DX persona. And then Morris kind of fit to the Triple H persona, and Kristen took over the China persona, even though she wasn't anywhere as big and muscular like China. I'm trying to think who else was there. Then he had David had two guys, DTP and Liam G, who were supposed to be like Bret Hart and British Bulldog. Mutant was Steve Austin. You had Kevo was Undertaker. Monster was Kane.
But did it was like a legit copy for a copy?
Pretty much, just obviously looking like you. It was but you were doing the gimmick.
It was you, but you're. Yeah. It's like you're cosplaying Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
In a way, yeah.
It looked like I looked like X looked like Jeff
I would
Hardy.
say 2010, 2011 in my sector. That's a word. My sector of Caw is when it kind of went more original. Like you're now whoever you
want to be.
Now, of course, you're gonna take inspiration off of certain people, but I'll never forget when I started at COH. This was during the days where I had done YTCW, I had done YLWA, I had done SWA, I had done all these things. I was always pegged as like Chuck Taylor from Best Friends, but people don't realize because Chuck Taylor doesn't get to show off his great skills as a performer. I remember he wanted me to be like Chuck Taylor when I first came in.
I feel bad for Travis.
Still holding that mic.
I don't care.
Well, we gotta put the mic somewhere. But anyways,
As long as they hear us clearly.
so as I was saying, when I came in, he wanted me to be like Chuck Taylor. But at that time, this was what, August of 2011 when you were planning everything, or like July when you got the foot or the urge to go and do your own thing. This was when R-Truth was the heel in WWE, and I was like, I was such a huge fan of R-Truth. I wanted to go that route.
Yeah.
And I think you told me, you were like, I have no interest in seeing this at first. It wasn't until I did my first promo that it was just like, okay, you can go with this, and then it just snowballed from there. But how did we get here? I'm talking about.
We were talking about
How do we get here? This is gonna happen.
No, we're talking.
Start rambling.
No, we're talking about because I came as X and I felt that through the power of the IG side of the community.
The big star.
So who was the big star of your guy? Like, we have to sign this guy right now because he's hot and, like, you know, it'll draw people to watch the product.
If you want to be technical, anybody from No DQ, like Wade Needham, who's the commentator there, maybe Aaron Rift, who was doing commentary towards the tail end of No DQ's run as a full-time promotion. And I don't know the guys who run SMF, but I guess those guys would have been something.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, a star, that I wouldn't know. I couldn't give you... CAW is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, because, I would say Instagram introduced me to another part, another universe when it comes to CAW, because when I was just on YouTube, you had the fantasy side and the call-shoot side. Fantasy is just fantasy characters.
Yeah, that's the
shoot side is what we do. It's us
Yeah.
playing a character or a fictionalized version of ourselves. And then when I went to Instagram, there was a bigger universe of the call shoot stuff. You have highlight reel. But I think you can do highlight reel of fantasy as well. Mm-hmm. But from the highlight reel stuff that I see, it's just more original cause.
Because from the last time, I think the last time I was on Facebook, right, I learned about a place called like a promo league where they don't do the 2K stuff. It was just promos. And the top, and I saw some top guys because they kept bringing me, like, he said, you got to check out XPPW because they do live ship promos and all that stuff. I'm like, but you guys also got to check COH because they do the live promo stuff. So then I got invited to a group that just did strictly promos. And I saw like there were top guys there, like a Dylan Mason, an Iron Bison, a Cody Omega, and all that stuff. You saw Cody Omega. Because you responded to his shit. He was like, ripped up MJF.
The MJF.
Ripped up MJF.
He was the Mokujin of XVP. Like, there was nothing, like, remotely original about the guy.
Yeah. But there was a reason I signed him, because this guy could fucking talk. I'm like, all right, you know. So, but in the cost side, I saw the rise of Ben Hopkins. And I'm like, I know why people like him. And I know why people like, I'm like, so he's like a top guy. Then I tried to get him to XVPW at one point. I'm like, yo, you want to sign XVPW? Like, you're pretty good, you know. Then I saw the Stefan Guerrero, and he was recently signed during that time. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I know why this guy got signed, and I know but I do not know how you discovered the Stefan Guerrero. All I know is, this guy's going to be a big threat because this guy is legit out promoing or out miking whoever is right now in Call All-Stars and COH.
I felt the same way. Oh, they did not like that.
So, where did you discover him, and why did you sign him?
He's a YouTube guy. Because originally, I guess the birthplace of Call Shoot was, in 2007, you kind of had the rise of the YWC, the YouTube wrestling community.
Oh, God.
Bill and Doug, True Slayer, MB Wrestler, I know I'm blank, ECW Hardcore 07, I know PS Power.
Wrestle Guru,
which is guys who just talk about wrestling.
Spinnernet,
big one.
Yeah. Oh, God, those fucking days. Oh, my God.
Him. He's part of that era. Monoxide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
You're about to make me tell two funny stories that just, like, the second you started bringing that up, just, I don't know if it would, because it's not call related, but it's related to what you were saying. I'll never forget me and Spinnernet's feud that actually started. I don't know if you're aware of this, because No, you're not aware of this. Okay, so anyways, I didn't know, but apparently at the time he didn't like me for some reason. We always got along prior to this moment, but at this point in time, Spinnernet was getting a lot of enemies, because he would always, like, block people.
On Facebook?
No, on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
He would block people.
You could block people on YouTube?
At this point, yes. You could block people from commenting on your stuff. And he would get into debates, and I don't know what would precipitate it, but he would get so wound up and then just start insulting them and then blocking them. So anyways, he was living in Indianapolis at the time, Indiana. And this was the Super Bowl where the Colts and the Saints faced off. And you obviously know the Saints' big slogan was, "Who dat?"
Yeah.
And I remember when the Saints won, we figured that, still blurry, we figured that he was a Colts fan because he's from Indiana. Mm-hmm. So me and, as you mentioned, ECW Hardcore, we busted his balls and said, "Who dat?" on his YouTube thing. Oh. He starts going off saying, "I'm a Ravens fan. I'm a Ravens fan." And then, like, I think it was like a total of like 2 or 3 comments that we made, and then he just went off on us. Now, ECW Hardcore maybe because Jim was never friendly with him. But him, Spinner and I never had an issue, and then all of a sudden I'm messaging him like, "Yo, what's the deal? Like, why are you getting all rambunctious?" Yeah. He blocks me, I let it go, and then the next morning I'm treated to a video where he talks about everything that happened that was all private. So then I make a video, and then I made a second video where we talked about how he was watching Johnny Tsunami on the Disney Channel or whatever the fuck. It was me and some other guy imitating him. And he assumed that it was Kristen, as we mentioned, Black Cat Feline, and he makes a video talking about how Steven and his $2 whore, who's riding on Monoxide's 2-inch dick, and if he wants a real man, then you go visit me and give me back change for a 20 or some shit like that.
Bring change.
Yeah, because somebody tipped him off that it was Kristen, but it wasn't Kristen. She wasn't involved. So then he makes a follow-up video once he realizes that he was getting heat because this, that, and the other. He's like, "Okay, I'm sorry that I thought you were the one that said this, but no, whatever." That was some funny shit. And then the second story that I remember of him was actually the year later. I don't know why he's still blurry.
Maybe your eyes are just blurry.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. The second story was... Do you remember him e-begging?
Yeah. What's an e-beg?
E-begging back in the day was considered blasphemous. If you ever did it as a YouTuber, especially a big-time YouTuber, you were instantly, like, run off the platform. What e-begging is you're going on YouTube and asking your supporters to go and donate money.
That's good. NWF. Yeah.
Donate money to your... luxury, as we would say. Oh, I want a new computer, but I don't want to pay for it. I want my fans to pay for it.
So it's like a donation type shit back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he had a broken car.
Yeah.
I put that in quotes. And asked his fans to donate money. And he got a lot of heat for it. And now people come out of the woodwork years later and saying that, "I don't understand why you got heat, because now all these people, they make money off YouTube." So many different inconsistencies with that. First off, he's asking money for a car, which is technically considered a luxury, in an area where he can travel anywhere that he can via public transportation, as shown to me by somebody who lives in Indianapolis. Secondly, he never showed proof of the car being damaged. He never showed it. He only showed like a receipt of what the damages were. Thirdly, if you knew about Spinner at the time, most of his fan base was younger people under 18. So you're asking a bunch of under 18-year-olds to ask to donate money to you. And then on top of it, he never once disclosed that, let's just say, we'll just throw in a figure. Let's say the cost was $3,000. Let's say people donated about $6,000 to him. What was he going to do with the extra $3,000? Was he going to take the $3,000 that he needed to fix his car, and was he going to take the other $3,000 and give it back, or was he going to pocket it? Mm-hmm. It's like, it didn't correlate. So he got a lot of dislikes for that, and it was just quite funny. And I think that was like his last big controversy, and then he just left. I don't know. I haven't spoken
So wait, was this guy in Claw?
No.
Okay.
He was part of the YWC. That's what we were talking about.
Okay, YWC.
The reason I bring that up is because we later had another league. They may have been called YouTube Championship Wrestling. Not YT Study, but another one that would use YWC YouTube reviewers and put them in the ring.
Oh.
That started the wheel.
Oh, okay.
Because later, some of those guys got interested and said, "Hey, I wouldn't mind cutting a promo for that."
Yeah.
Okay. And then before you know it, and not all of them were into that. They're like, "Oh, well, that's cool," but then they just never got fully invested.
Huh.
So eventually that kind of brought up the idea of, wow, a guy actually cutting a promo for his show.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll call her later.
Yeah. Another, like, one guy in particular, I forgot his YouTube username, but he was a YouTuber. Not big, but he became a COH guy, was Morris.
Yeah. He was a user, yeah.
Yeah, so he...
And And I say that because that's where Stefan came from. He came from that, Heel Steven, and I don't know if I went to him or if he went to me. He may have came to me, and he...
Probably, because the first time I met Stefan, it was the ROH show where Jay Briscoe won the title. It was WrestleMania weekend.
2013.
Correct.
So you met Stefan Guerrero. Did he know you or did you know him?
He knew me.
He know you?
Yeah.
He recognized you?
Yes.
I get that sometimes the wrestling shows were like, you're that 2K guy.
In the beginning, when I was going to Ring of Honor shows, I would get it recognized at least once by a fan. They'd be like, "Oh, it's Monoxide," blah 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 blah.
Do you feel weird?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I don't consider myself a celebrity.
Yeah.
On the same token, I don't want to come off like a dick.
Okay.
I always try to present myself as presentable and endearing as possible.
That's cool.
Because it's like you're going out of your way to acknowledge me. So it's like, that's cool. It's still a cool thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I always just asked was, just do me a favor. You can come up to me and be like, "Hey, I like your videos, but just don't kiss my ass, please." That's where it gets awkward. When they start like sucking you off and be like, "You're the best YouTuber. Oh my god, I've watched every single one of your videos. I remember that one video." Like, now you're just making me feel like
you got that?
Close. There was one guy in particular in the Ring of Honor show that did that. I didn't tell him off or anything, but it was just like it was clear as day I was uncomfortable because it's like, dude, you're propping me. You're not treating me like a person. You're treating me like a celebrity, which I'm not.
I mean, technically, if a guy comes, so HOG. I was in an HOG show. There were 3 people who like, "Oh, you're the XVPW guy. That's what's up." Boom, boom. We're talking. We're just chit chatting, and you're like, "Yo, keep doing what you're doing. I really like what you do." All that stuff. I'm like, cool. I think one of them told me to sign one of their like shirts or some shit. So I just put like an X. I mean, it's I would mark out if I say you're an accuracy. I would have marked out.
No, I'm cool with that. But like, if you're gonna hang around me for longer than 20 seconds to talk to me, I don't want it to be a ass kissing session. Just like treat me like you would your best friend. Yeah. I don't need to be told, "Oh, I've seen this." Like, it just makes me feel weird because now.
So when you and I first met, I didn't really ass kiss you. I was just more like,
"No,
yo, what's up? What's up?
No, you treated me like a person. But like, if you come up to me and you're like, all right, so we're using Call as an example.
Yeah.
If someone came up to me and said, "You're accuracy. I'm a big fan of your work." Hey, cool. If we're at a wrestling show, if that same person follows up with, "So what you think of the show?" I would probably like that person because now they're treating me like a friend.
Friend, yeah.
But if they go up to me and be like, "Hey,
so when you gonna face Stefan Guerrero?"
Yeah.
When you gonna win the championship?
Yeah. And I remember one of the people that went up to me was like, "When's your next video?" This, that, like, dude, it's not that serious. I'm here at a wrestling show. I'm here to have a good time. We could talk, but like, just talk to me like you would talk to your best friend. Yeah. As long as that's cool. And I've had a bunch of those. I had more good interactions. I'll put it like that. I didn't have a majority of bad, but it was really fun. I think the one time I would say that I didn't know how to react was WrestleMania 35 weekend. That was the one where they came here. Mm-hmm. I was, every year from 2016 onward, I would cosplay as somebody. So 2016, I was Roddy Piper.
You were Roddy Piper. Then you were Owen.
Well,
right?
We're getting there.
Okay.
2017, I was Chris Jericho, the list. Yeah. 2018, I was The Miz. And 2019, Owen. Yeah. So Owen was actually planned for 2016, but I just didn't want to pay the money to get the singlet done. But then 2019 came along. I'm like, you know what? It's going to be the 20-year anniversary. It's something original. Everyone dresses as Macho Man or Iron Sheik or Hulk Hogan or something. Nobody dresses as Owen. I'm gonna just go with Owen. Let's see where this goes from here. Because around 2016 is when they released the DVD, and I was like, holy shit, this guy was really fucking good. So I dressed as Owen, and I remember it was the second day of Access. I remember it was a cloudy, just miserable fucking day outside. And do you remember where Access was?
No.
It was at a fucking pier in Brooklyn.
Oh, it must have been cold.
It was cold, yes.
That's April stuff.
And on top of it, because they couldn't, for some reason, they couldn't get Javits Center, and they couldn't do it at Izod because Izod was closed down. They picked us Pier. So I go to the Pier, but keep in mind, your ticket was only valid for the time allotted, and we were there early. So for us, we'd have to go in the Superstore.
Yeah.
So I'm at the Superstore, and guess who's like all the way over there? Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, a.k.a. Matt Cardona, and Brian Myers.
Yeah.
They're doing some podcasts, and I'm like, well, I already met Zack Ryder the year before. It's cool. I got my photo with him. Cool. Somehow, some way, I'm walking this way. He's walking adjacent this way. And the first thing, keep in mind, I should make mention, I'm wearing the 0-316 shirt on, and I have the Slammies in my hand, and he goes, oh my God, that is so great. And then he still has a smile on, and then he goes like this. I'm like, uh-oh. Is he going to lure me in a room or something? I don't know. Like, I've never had this happen. He pulls out his phone, and he's like, yeah, he wants to take a picture, but he's calling Kurt to take the picture with me. And I'm like, do you want me to take the shirt off? And he's like, first he's like, no, wait, are you wearing the singlet underneath? Yes. Oh, take that shit off. Take it off or whatever. So here's where it got awkward. I'm taking the shirt off, and there's cameras for WWE 24. They're coming up, and they're like they got to film this whole experience. I'm like, if you see the photo on my Instagram, I'm like this. Like, I'm trying to look angry, but I'm like,
you don't like all that attention?
No, it's more like I'm happy, but I'm awkward. I'm like, all in one. I'm like, yes, I got Zack Ryder. But at the same time, I'm like, and then to make matters worse, I take the photo and they kind of subliminally nudge me to do an Owen promo. And I do. And then that's when they came up to me and said, here, sign this, blah, 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 so they can use my likeness for the footage.
Likeness?
Like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, put me on. That would be probably the most weird interaction I had, because I didn't know how to take it. Like, do I take this well? Because it's Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, who obviously they're from New York, so I'm obviously going to be biased for, but yeah.
That's cool. You had a moment, though.
It was a that's I won't
cool.
lie.
That's a moment.
That was a good moment.
That's a good wrestling moment, if anything.
That's a great.
That's a great fucking wrestler. That's your WrestleMania moment.
I was hoping that maybe it would get a little attention. Because keep in mind, I should keep this in mind. This was before the Dark Side of the Ring episode came out of Owen. Yeah. I was hoping that would kind of like spark the little Owen going into the WWE Hall of Fame. But then we saw the Dark Side of the Ring, and we saw what Martha Hart had to say, and it's like, now there's an AEW, so obviously Owen could be paid tribute there. How this correlates to Caw, I don't know.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I know for some of these WrestleMania weekends, we would do promos.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a funny Caw promo that he was there for. I don't know if your audience, I think you may know it, but I don't know if your audience knows this story.
I don't know.
Okay, so.
Central Park?
Yes, Central Park.
Is that where you super kicked him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Which promo was that where I super kicked him?
All I know is you super kicked him. I think Travis was wearing like a yellow shirt or some shit like that.
I think I know what you're talking about. That was not at Central Park. That was at a high school somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember if that was the day that we went to go see Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. But anyways, no.
That.
Yeah. No, that's a different
You were wearing a hat.
Yes. That, I
See,
think
I have a good memory of COH. See, I watched your guys' stuff back then.
Okay. So, we talked about Morris. Okay? We were filming some stuff in Central Park. Now, obviously, it's very hard to film in Central Park because it's such a high populated area. Everybody's coming in. So, we film a bunch of things for COH, and I was just doing SWA at the time. I had my own United States title. And there was a guy by the name of Morris, we talked about. He's Canadian. He was going to win the belt, and he was going to change it to, like, the Canadian title or some dumb shit. I don't know. And I was going to have him hold it up until my version of WrestleMania. And he was going to lose it to the Patriot.
Okay.
I don't think I need to describe the Patriot's character to you. I mean, it's self-explanatory.
Yes.
But to people at home, he's obviously a patriotic American, but he's so ridiculously outlandish. He was Zeb Coulter and Donald Trump before they existed. So anyways, we wanted to do a promo where we're behind a tree. Well, Patriot would hide behind a tree, but like the smallest tree possible. Morris is coming in. I trip him as Patriot and start kicking him and yelling at him and saying, I'm going to beat you for your belt, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it's me, Paul, and Alex Enterprise, he's filming. Travis, Stu, and 2 girls, Kristen and Deidre, who were COH alumni, they're all away by like a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, they're waiting. I mean, they're part of the CAW thing, but they weren't a part of this promo.
Yeah.
We do the promo. Everything goes great. You could take from there what happened.
They're doing the promo. Was it people that noticed?
Yes.
Were there 2 women or just a woman?
You were there. I didn't see them.
I was talking to girls.
All right.
Now Stu was there too.
Stu was the one that had to kind of like put them at ease. So basically what it is was there was a bunch of people that heard what was going on.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, I'm screaming ridiculously like, I'm going to send you back to Ethiopia, Afghanistan, Russia, Ukraine, like stupid shit like that.
You're yelling this in front of a crowd?
No, there wasn't a crowd. It was just us 3 in an isolated area. But I apparently was screaming loud enough, and I guess they could see. All of a sudden, these people like, what's going on? Is somebody getting mugged? They start pulling out their phones. They're ready to call 911. They're about to call 911, and then fucking Stu's got to come up to them and be like, yo, no, they're just filming something. It's all fake. And apparently, while he's telling them this, they still have their phones like, just in case.
Oh my god.
That's
great.
This looks pretty real to me.
Yeah, I guess I know how to work.
I mean, it made it look real.
I guess I'm a master of kayfabe. I don't know, but then there was that time that fucking Cash, when we were doing that promo, was Patriot, Alex, you, Cash. I think that was it.
This was also in Mania?
No. This is a COH promo.
This was in Jersey.
It was here. Yeah, it was for SummerSlam.
Yes.
Oh, so you guys can. Oh, that's cool that you all met up.
Yeah. So Cash,
That's
were doing
dope.
the promo was that you wanted the titles back because Patriot and Alex had stolen them, and so we had to sign a match. It was going to be Patriot and Alex versus Goonie and Ray Geddes, who were the legitimate champions. We did the promo, and
Which SummerSlam was this?
2016.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Oh, that's when I came in.
Yeah. So then, Cash comes out from the closet. And yeah, exactly.
I had to say it like that.
Yeah, we actually had a joke in there because you're like, "Where'd you come from?" He's like, "Don't worry about that." He's in this hotel room screaming, "Fucking terrorist!" Fucking. He said some real crazy shit that.
I think I saw this one.
Yo.
I think I saw
I'm surprised nobody called up and said, "Yo, noise complaint." I mean, granted, it was during the day, but
I remember. I think I do remember watching that.
And in that promo, I didn't notice. Apparently, I stepped on Cash's balls.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
On accident?
By accident. I was like, did I? Yeah, I know I stepped on something.
Dan LaFontaine on 2 separate occasions when we did physical promos where he had to struggle, he kicked me right in the chest, super fucking hard.
Was this all okay? So when you guys met up and whatnot, hey, you're all staying in a hotel. Cool. We're filming some stuff. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. Or you guys just do it on the y'all just improving shit and as things go along.
Kind of like what we did today.
Oh, okay.
We kind of sit there and think, what can we do to further this?
Yeah, because you don't want to ruin a moment. You don't want to ruin damn, that's our chance.
I know that promo I just told you with Patriot Alex. Yeah. I had thought about that and I presented it to them and then we did it. And it didn't go out 100% exactly how I envisioned it, but as I said, when it came to COH, not everything's 100%, but it's at least satisfactory enough.
Cool.
I'm always happy with that. And yeah.
So I got a question since you're on the IG side now and whatnot. I mean, are you still active on the Facebook side?
Not really. I still post on there, but no one really messages me through there when it comes to COH stuff.
Oh, so on the IG side and whatnot, how does it feel being back without those guys?
It feels great. I think the biggest lie I was told by them and everybody else was without this group, you're nothing.
Yeah.
You won't survive.
You've been uploading consistently too.
Yeah, and that couldn't be that's the farthest from the truth. I was I have a whole new life. I have a roster that's completely different from what they're doing.
And everybody's down to earth, chill.
Yeah, I've had no issues.
That's dope.
I mean,
you're always gonna have something's
always gonna happen, but it's not gonna be crarazy drama.
Yeah. It's not something where you're just pulling your fucking hair out and just being like, yo, why am I even doing this, man? Because, oh my god, I I don't know. I'll let you guys decide and correct that ship.
I don't know. I mean, I just ask him, like, like anything else, like.
I will say this.
What's a brand new? Yeah.
I will say this. From post Ultimate Glory 5 till the day you closed, behind the scenes was some miserable bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some miserable, even on my end, and I'm not the one getting the brunt of it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty stupid. But since then, it's been a lot more relaxed. Obviously,
I mean, it's fun working with you. I give that for sure.
I like how you said that.
It's fun with
Jewel.
The Jew.
You sound like Scarface. Like you think I'm a word like Jewel?
I have fun working with you. I mean, it's pretty cool. We got a rivalry, a little cool thing. I like that, And you're just, I don't know. Maybe I'm easy to work with, but it seems like you're very easy to work with.
Because the thing is, I there's always this perception that I'm egotistical, and part of that is true.
Really?
I think part of it is true. I mean, you gotta believe in your own shit.
Everyone's got an ego.
Well, everybody got an ego, but not. I don't think you gotta like. I know. Maybe you're just a good worker. I don't think.
Maybe that's it, because this is my perception. I've been doing this a long time. I'm not saying that everything I do is 100% great, but I at least know when things should be done a certain way. Like, if you're going to build a monster, you got to give him some credible wins before you give him his big loss.
Yeah.
If you got a baby face, you got to protect him. I think it's because for so long I worked as a heel, and I knew... I'll give you an example. David ran YTCW, and you might not even know this story. You know how Paul beat me for the belt, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know that there was a period where David was reconsidering that and having me beat him?
I feel like I was told this at one point, but...
So, for some reason, Paul was... Morris. He was upsetting the owner. For some reason, I can't even remember why. I don't know what he did to upset him. And he was like, I'm considering you beating him. I actually got fucking pissed. And keep in mind, I was champ for like a year and change up to that point. Mm-hmm. What we did to lead up to our big match was we were a team. We were like DX.
Yeah.
I super kicked him. And then, to add salt to the wound, I fucking super kicked his girlfriend in the face. So now the heat's there. And he wants me to beat him. I'm like, no fucking way. I am not leaving your WrestleMania as the champion. Unless he specifically tells you that I have to leave for whatever reason, unless that's the case, I am not leaving this building. I'm not leaving that show as your champion. He needs to beat me. All right? I know when it's time to lose. It's time for me to lose. So this whole montage, it's just more so like when I get at somebody's throat, when I lose a match, it's because I know when it's time to lose and when it's time to win. And those times, I'm like, that was not the time for me to lose. I know when it's time for me to lose. Just, if I win a title, if I just win a title, the first match that I have as a title defense as a monster heel is not to lose at the very first match.
Oh, yeah, especially the first defense.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's stupid beyond belief. So it's like... And then your next plan going forward is, here, feud with this guy. We don't know how he's going to be. We're going to test him out, and we're going to use you as fuck yourself. That's where it comes from. But yeah, how do we? We're like all over the place, and I'm moving my hands like Donald Trump right now. But point being is that there's a time and place for. Where would you say in a show? Actually, let's throw it to you. COH, where do you think a match that you booked where you're like, you know what? I don't think that was the right decision.
When? Like leading into it?
Like after you made the decision that this guy's gonna go over and this guy's gonna lose. What made you go? What was that one match that made you go, man, I should have done it differently?
I guess Blair and Chronic from Ultimate Glory.
Oh, you would have had Blair go over.
That's Caleb Blair?
Correct.
Ah, I remember.
That was his last show before his return.
Ah, okay.
And that was because he had so much heat with the other guys.
Yeah.
That sounds like... Isn't that movie with Will Ferrell and...
The other guys?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. couldn't tell you.
I'm like a peacock. Let me fly. Anyways, go ahead.
But I think at the same time Blair was going through personal issues. I can't remember. Cause it was freaking. When was Ultimate Glory 5? Was that like 2017, 16?
18.
5 years ago. Almost 6. No, it is. It was over 6 years. It was March 5th.
No.
That show went up. Yeah, I remember because Scott shared it on his story.
I was looking at a couple of my matches, and I'm like, wow. As much as I have a singles run, it felt like yesterday. Like I know I had at least. I wrote it down. At least I had 14 matches on 14 HLR matches on the year of 23, and I had 4 on 22. And I'm like, damn, it doesn't feel that long ago. And I'm like, shit, this is my last run? I'm like, this shit feels weird.
Hey, it's our good friend Levi.
Hey, Levi. What's happening, Levi?
What's happening, Levi?
What's up, Levi?
How many death metal records do you have now?
But yeah, so that's 14 on the HLR side, and I'm pretty sure I had a lot on like the EFED side of CAW and whatnot. But I'm like, damn, like it feels like so short. Like a year goes by so fast, and you only came back not too long ago, and you're running what episode now?
I just finished with 23.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'll say this. When he did Last Dance, that's probably my favorite COA show of all time.
That's the best. You think it's the best one I've done?
There's 2 other ones that I know that are up there: Ultimate Glory 4 and Ready to Rumble, the second Rumble.
Oh, that's dope.
I will say this. Here's another one that people will be surprised by. Ultimate Glory 4, I main evented with Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I should have main evented that show, to be honest. I know why I did, but I don't think I should have.
Mm-hmm.
I know why I did because me and Alex was a dream match. That was always like the big match, Alex versus M Accuracy. I don't feel we had the proper build. We had the proper build to be the Hogan Rock or the Triple H Undertaker from Mania 27. I don't think we were the main event. I personally don't think.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But, hey, it happened. I got my Ultimate Glory main event second time. But
is Ultimate Glory, that's your right? That's
My Mania.
Where do you know the name Ultimate Glory?
Where did I get it from?
Yeah.
A backyard wrestling show.
Oh, yeah. Ultimate Glory. That's cool.
I don't even think they're up anymore. At least those backyard guys. It was a backyard show that Chris Blaze was on.
I forgot. Where did you get the name Last Dance? I know you were like struggling to come up with a name.
You didn't want to do One Night Stand, right?
No, I was like, no, it's too.
That's what you see.
It's too obvious.
Yeah, that's too obvious.
Yeah.
The Last Dance.
I remember because
I think there was a movie called Save the Last Dance.
Yes.
I remember when you left after you dipped out. Was it me that kept telling you should at least do a one night stand?
Oh yeah.
I kept telling you should. No, you kept telling me you should at least do one show just to kind of close everything. Give yourself some type of closure.
Yeah, because that Rage or not Rage,
that's Slam.
Slam was not a closure.
No. Because I remember
that was more of a fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was this guy's podcast.
Just for you though, Steve. I did get 9 Inch Nails a downward spiral recently. I figure I get brownie points for that. There you go, 9 Inch Nails.
All right, you get brownie points for that, but I want to hear back that you got the Frizzle Fry from Primus. Then we'll talk. And the Anti-Pop. Because I know you're into the hardcore stuff, and that's like Primus's hard album, because Fred Durst and Tom Morello helped him with that. Anyways.
But yeah, it was the podcast that I heard.
Jamco.
It was Jamco's podcast. Then that's when I started talking to Travis. After hearing that Jamco podcast, I'm like, I'm just going to hit this guy up. And that's when we and I started talking. I think that's when you guys started talking about setting up Last Dance.
Yeah, well, also, he got disenfranchised with CAW. I got disenfranchised with CAW for different reasons. And I remember that's when we started Fractured Skulls.
Yep.
I know you asked me, but I don't remember the inspiration. I think you said something like you were part of another podcast and they were looking for like an umbrella of different people to do some shows.
Yeah, I was part of a group, Chillin' Killin' podcast.
Chillin' Killin'.
It was Anthony Gangone, the wrestler. It was his horror podcast. They just talk movies.
Yeah.
And he had a friend and he had his sister. They were the hosts. And then every now and then they would bring a guest. And so he met, I want to bring you on since you're a big movie guy. I came on, we did our episode. He says, you know, I want to bring you back on again. I'm like, yeah, I'll come back. And then he wanted me to be like a co-host with him. I was like, yeah, that's cool. And so, you know, I was hosting with them for a bit. There were a lot of moves I wanted to do on the podcast that either they said no or we just never got around to it.
Mm-hmm.
I figured, well, you know, if I kind of do my own podcast, I could kind of do the moves I want to do. And since they were looking for an exclusive podcast for the Patreon, I figured, well, that's where I'll come in. And then I said, well, who am I going to host it with? Can't really do it with them because we already have one with them.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring someone who's not involved with them. That's why I went to you. I said, well, this seems kind of a movie guy. If he's not, I'll teach him.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we're, 180-something episodes in?
Yeah.
Still going strong with that shit.
That's dope.
We have another episode we got to do this
I
week.
feel like that's like your guys' getaway from this CAW stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that.
You could say that.
That's
And,
cool.
and recently, Universal Studios has been.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time to get him to go there. And I'll never forget the first time you messaged me, you're like, next time you go, let me know. I want to go. I think this is, 2016, 2017?
Going back. Yeah.
And every time I'd ask him, he'd be like, I got to get back to you. I'm like, yeah, you said that the last time. And the time before that. And the time before that. Eventually, I think it was, April last year? You finally went, and then we went again for Halloween Horror Nights, and oh my god, it was a doozy. But
Great stuff.
yeah.
So I got a question. When you produce your Rage, are you ever planning to do another show, like outside of Rage, or just COH Rage?
I'm gonna keep it simple with Rage.
That's good.
It's easy to follow for everyone.
And how do you produce them? Do you do like 2 shows a day? Hey, like, you know, all right, I'm done with this one. Time to work on the next one, or you just...
Right now, I'm working on a CPV. I already filmed like 3 matches for the next Rage.
Oh, okay.
And it's more so, I guess, for guys that's not featured on a CPV, that I know I'm going to book this. I do kind of book ahead a bit, too, if I know where I'm going with certain stuff. So I'll record them, especially if they're just matches, you know, just get them out of the way. But yeah.
That's cool. Any guys that stick out, like in the IG side of things? 'Cause I think that's where your main searches is, like IG. Mm-hmm. Like, who are guys that really stick out to you? Like, stick out that you want to sign or haven't reached out yet?
God. I'm sorry to cut you off, but Levi just mentioned it was 10 years ago when we met at WrestleMania.
Oh shit!
Yes, that was which Mania was that? Was that
New Orleans?
New Orleans?
The one with Daniel Bryan. That was the one where I won the Bad News Barrett impression contest.
Fun fact, Levi, I think he won a competition for WWE2K,
He did.
whatever year that was, and the
Yeah.
winner won a trip to Mania. He won it.
Oh.
I think it was whoever to do the best table spot.
Yeah.
He did some crazy ECW shit, and he won, and he got to meet him. I didn't go that year. He met him. He met Alex, Chronic, and Marco Rose.
Was there like a group that you say, hey, let's all meet up? Or that's the CAW Shoot 2.0 page, or like, hey, let's all meet up?
I wouldn't necessarily put Marco and Chronix in that same boat as those guys, because Marco and I always got along tremendously. Always loved Marco. He's a great guy. Chronix, always thought that dude was super fucking talented. Like, that dude, he always kept himself in his sphere. I mean, he did kind of branch out a little bit, but I think if Chronix would have spread his wings a little bit more, worked for, like, you or for Travis and all that, that dude could have gone...
That's Mason Chronic?
No.
This is Chronic.
Chronix. I feuded with him in YWF, and he's one of my more underrated feuds of all time. Both me and him, and Patriot and him. Because Chronix is just so good. Like, I don't think he ever got his just due. Because that dude understood psychology more than anybody. He knew when to sell facial expressions. He knew when
So he wasn't just a mark.
He was really good.
That's cool.
I really enjoyed him. Yeah, I wish he could have branched out more. In fact, he's showing you some of his stuff right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I used to always call him Kid Rock because he used to have the long flowing blonde hair. Yeah. Here's a.
They always say that women don't watch wrestling, and it's been true.
Oh, this guy has it.
Until the day I took my shirt off.
Right.
Yeah, he has it.
Yeah. He was always.
Yeah, damn.
He was always so good. Like, I just felt like he should have spread his wings out more. But to be fair, I don't know what goes on in his personal life. That's his personal life if he's got other things to worry about. But
Let me just go through the chat here. Hang on. Hanging out, old Steve. Let's see. Just for you, though, I did. Okay, we read that. I've been needing to find Primus. Okay, he's working on it.
Yeah. Work harder.
Oh, believe me, I was disenfranchised by Call until YDF came back briefly. Oh, yeah, they had that little comeback. They did a few shows, and then Mark really just went away.
That was the weird thing. I remember they had the comeback, and I had a call with them, and they were asking me for ideas because they were kind of like going through writer's block, and I gave them my idea. This is me personally. If I'll give you my advice, you don't run with it, that's your problem. I gave you the advice, I gave you the tools, it's up to you to use them to your disposal. It sounded like they were cool with doing it, and they just never did another show after that. I think because Marco went back to doing his independent company, Committed to Wrestling, which I'm proud of him for. Like, I know I don't usually state my love on Facebook for my friends when they do good things, but trust me, I always pay attention, and I'm very proud that he's able to run his own independent company.
That's what's up.
So.
He did what D-Wall always wanted to do. D-Wall wanted to run like a live
promotion. Wow.
And
promotions are expensive.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, ring itself is fucking expensive.
Ring, getting the building.
Ring, storaging the ring is one.
Yeah,
is the
cameras.
And you need the camera crew. And then you have to pay the wrestlers.
You gotta pay the wrestlers. And if you got a big time wrestler.
I remember me and my friend Danny, because he does camera work for a lot of indie promotions and whatnot. This is back when I was a wrestling photographer. And him and I were talking. It was crazy because the same impact I had in CAW as XPW, the same impact I came as a camera guy in the independent wrestling scene. Because I came out and I'm just like, hey, I'll pay my ticket. Just have me by ring time and all that stuff. Yo, within 1 month, I hit hard, like, boom. Because I would upload the photos the same night, right? so all the independent wrestlers now got their photos in. And they're like, yo, who's this guy? Like, and I call myself, I gave myself a gimmick called the Phenomenal Photographer and whatnot. And I had a shirt and everything. And, like, I'll get in for free. To the point where the Danny was like, yo, you're legit killing this guy because this guy just came out and whatnot, and your pictures are way better than his. I'm like, bro, I hope I'm not disrespecting the guy. No, you're making a fucking impact right now. Like, people are trying to find out who are you and how they can book you. I'm like, shit, like, I feel bad, but in a way I feel kind of good. And that's where I got my, like, start in, like, going to other top scenes in the New York area. So, like, this is back when, like, Sunny Kiss was still brand new, Joy Janela, all those guys, I believe MJF was there too, especially the chick from AEW, I forgot her name and whatnot, but she would, like, it was just hot, like, at the moment, and I'm like, damn, like, I could, and that's when him and I were talking of starting our own promotion, and I'm like, yo, how much does it to start a promotion? And, like, all you need is $10,000, and I'm like, 10,000, I'm like, and that's where people would split it up, like, okay, I'll contribute to 5, you contribute to 5. Or if it's us that's together, okay, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 to see how much we can do, Yeah. And that's how it started. I'm like, there was a time where, like, okay, if we psychologically formulate this to happen, how can we do it? We have to make sure that Mania is in our area. To the point where that's where we'll hit it big. It's like, if Mania is in our area, we make sure that we book this freaking spot right now.
Yeah.
So within 1 month, we can raise enough money before Mania, and we'll make sure that the show is during the time of Mania, but not on Mania.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's where, like, we thought about it, and we're like, damn, like, if you ever, but I miss contact with Danny because he was like my go-to guy if he ever did it, because we already know where to go, where to get the ring, and which wrestlers we want to make sure we make profit back, even if it's just like, I'm pretty sure I won't make my 1,000 back if I ever did contribute. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Just to say I did it, I made my own event.
Nice.
I don't think I could run an indie promotion.
I don't think I could either. No, it's a lot of,
like, dude.
If you're like, if the stuff that we do and how you guys, because you already know how to promote, you already know how to book.
But
it's just like more like the event of the time. It's like, okay, Steven can work behind saying, hey, you're up. You can be like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you're good with money. Like, okay, make sure you're by the door. Make sure the wrestlers are in the back. Okay, Who's the main event? Okay, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You're the opener, and we just run smoothly.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're also dealing with egos, and
yeah.
if somebody pulls their, as one guy used to say, creative control card, and says this don't work for me, brother. It's like, how do you coax him to do it?
I don't know if it's just a one event type thing, especially where we know that we're not gonna do another show. It's just a big super card event. I'm pretty sure the story's lined in there. So, it's just more like, hey, you have 5 minutes, you have 6, 10. Okay, I think that's where the ref comes in, and I say, okay, who's in charge of the show? Okay, Travis in charge of the show. Travis, who's the main event of the card? Boom. All right. So what's happening? Boom. Here's a row. Because there's actually guys in the back that does it. And okay. I've seen how to work. I'm like, oh, that's easy. Because I used to do like breakdancing events. So I'm like, oh, all right. That's the same structure as this type of thing. Because we have to make sure we reach to the finals because time is. We only have till 11 o'clock, guys. So yeah, we didn't get the main event yet. Fuck. So yeah.
Levi asked a question. It's more for you, but we can answer as well. What have you thought of Levi's run so far, and any advice for improvement? But it's more for you.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah.
If you see my stuff so far in COH, any advice or
just tell me it's such good shit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be brutally honest over here. Damn, I have not watched enough COH. I just legit watch my parts, to be honest, cause yeah, and that's not disrespect to you. I'm really sorry. It's just that I've been so busy with the stuff that I do, so it's like I just tell Travis, hey, what do I gotta do? Here we go. All right, but I'm pretty sure you're doing just fine.
I think he's doing great.
Right.
I think this is the best run he's ever had. Obviously, he's had time to grow since his YWF days.
Yeah.
Especially on the mic, because I felt like at one point he was so big, I felt like he should do very little talking.
Yeah.
But I know he likes to do more talking. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, at least in the early days, it was more against him. I think it was used more so against him than it did to help him, to elevate him. But as time went on, especially now that he took a break, because he left CAW Ultimate Glory 5 years ago, because I know...
Oh, so this guy's an OG? Levi's an OG?
He's an OG, yeah.
That's good.
Because he was part of YWF for Chronics. He's the world champion when they closed. Still, okay. I think he said so. He's still, I miss Chronic. As of now, I'm still YWF world champion, LOL. Only thing I regret was not meeting Stu, Marco. Yeah, I've never met Levi yet. Mutatron even said something. Hey, when will Mutatron turn to Super H for one more match? We'll figure something out. Well, contact me.
Mutatron, or what's the other name that he went by? Calvin Barks a lot.
Yeah, he'll probably come back as Mutatron. Maybe, if he wants to.
Oh, Tough Enough is this first
I
season.
forgot who said it. Somebody messaged me just recently saying that I've been COH Global Champion for like 1,300 days or some shit. And
I think it was Jeffrey Albritton.
That's right. You're correct. Jeffrey Albritton was the one that messaged.
I feel so bad for Jeffrey Albritton because apparently I'm signed to his promotion, but it takes me so much time to hand in a promo for him. I feel so bad. And I know he's booking me, so if he's watching this or he's gonna watch this at some time, like, yo, my bad, bro. And so yeah, any guys that stuck out to you in IG scene that you want to sign, or like people who stood out? I'm pretty sure you get messages, but any guys that you personally see that, oh, like, let me sign this guy, or
what's his name, Marty Morton?
Oh, Marty Morton, he's good.
He
also does commentary.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, really good voice, really strong fucking voice. Yeah, like he'll probably get your shit done. Anybody else?
No one in particular. I mean, because I see so many accounts. Anyone that cuts promos. That's always big because
there's a guy.
I can't push a mute.
So I remember we started the topic like the people who are like hot at the moment that you gotta sign, and M said like that wasn't back then, but right now I think in the IG scene like there's a lot of guys who are really good. So this guy came out the woodworks, as you can see, and whatnot, but like he does stuff like this, and I'm just like, oh my god. That's his fucking voice too.
Witness to the rise and the new era of the Catalyst. My name is Mercer.
he just did a Q&A saying that like outside of his promotion he wants to get out there, and I'm like, oh man.
Everybody wants a piece of
Nice.
me. Everybody wants to work with me, and everybody wants to get to my level.
Right?
Transcending
I'm
this
impressed.
business. I am elevating everyone, and I am making anything
So he's in the
I
Twitch
touch
promotion.
more
He's only in, I think he's in one YouTube promotion, which is DWF.
Chris James, Keon Kodo, Slim,
But yeah.
Eastside Ego Trip. Welcome to the elite. Welcome to AEW. And welcome to pain.
Right? So I'm just like, and that's the stuff that I see, and I'm like, okay, I can already tell you have it. And I'm like, damn, this guy's gonna be hot. The minute he announced like, okay, I want to work with other people. So I was like, oh shit.
I don't mean to sound off topic, but while you guys were talking, I'm just amazed at how wrestling was back in the day. So they did a segment building up to this spanking match between Tori Wilson and Trish, and it was Tori going up to Jeff Hardy saying, hey, I need some practice for the spanking match. Would you mind spanking me with this? And then Trish comes in, acting like as if she's the girlfriend of Jeff Hardy and says, what's going on here? And he's like, I don't know. She came here with a paddle. And then fucking Trish starts attacking her. It was like, wow. Okay, and then we got a spanking match.
Character development.
Sure.
You got to build up to the spanking match.
Look, Tori Wilson and Trish Stratus are super easy on the eyes, even to this day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically, Trish, that last match she had with Becky Lynch, what was it, that steel cage match?
Yeah.
That was way better than it should have been. It was so good.
But yeah, outside of call wrestlers, how about promotions? You ever thought of like hitting up other promotions and working with them, or you just want to stick it to you, or any promotions that stuck out to you that, oh shit, this is pretty cool?
Any promotions that I like?
Yeah, or in IG, like on the IG side. Yeah.
I don't watch enough promotions full time to really, but from stuff I've seen, even stuff that you showed me, I was really impressed. The highlight reel stuff, I mean, it's incredible what people like go out of their way to do.
You know what's funny? So I know I did like one match for you, but if you sign a couple of HLR guys and whatnot, they also will do what I do for you. Like, they'll ask, like, oh, can I produce, like, a match for you? And shit like that. That's what I did for a couple of EFED promotions, like NWF. Mm-hmm. He does EFED stuff, but he's slowly learning the HLR shit and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure that if you do the same thing, too, like, I guess sign, 2 or 3 more, they'll say, hey, I'll produce an HLR match for you. And I'm pretty sure they don't even have egos like that. Like, I want to win. Like, nah. Most people are like, oh, I just want to make sure my shit gets out there. Because me, from doing a show for you, is like saying, yo, guys, check out my fucking match I produced, in a way. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. And they'll get eyes on your product. Oh, what the hell is this? That's how I did it for NWF, is like, they knew me as X. I told them, yo, I wouldn't mind doing an HLR match for you. Just make sure you let me know ahead of time so I can produce it for you and give it to you and whatnot. But you can still book me the way you want to book me, like a sim match or whatnot. That's how I learned from getting myself out there. You know, it's like a call, like a wrestling resume. Like, oh, I'm in PWG. Make sure you check out my match in PWG, or ROH and all that shit. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like their resume of like, please sign me. You know.
God, if they're willing to do that as like their trial, I'm like, yeah, you're fucking in. You're in.
Yeah. But you don't know who. That's right? You don't know who these guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys there's a couple of guys who are still learning, but I'm like, bro, don't air that match. It was just bad. Like, don't put that on my show.
Don't do that.
Yeah. There's a couple guys who did that. It was weird.
Flattering they ask, but I try not to join many feds, hence why I stick to COH. Easier for me to manage with others, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because my work situation is entirely different from what I was doing.
Right. So when you started, were you in college or in high school already, or?
Oh, I never went to college. I graduated high school in summer before I started COH.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. So what was like time back then than is now? Because clearly you have work, but back then you were like had a part time and shit. Or
back then I was fucking lazy. I didn't have a job. I was just home.
That's great.
Because when I went to my Mania trips, they were all paid for by my mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh snap.
And then I realized.
What is going on? I don't even ever want to hear the term white privilege anymore. My fucking mother would sit there and tell me, "You want to go to WrestleMania? It's coming out of your fucking dime."
And they're like, white papers. Like, I don't want to be home all day. I want to go out. I want to explore. That's why she was want to do it. That was
When I started at XVPW, it was shit. I was working at dog daycare, so it was from 8 to 2. Then after that, I just had whatever. So yeah, I had a lot of time. So like from 2 to 11, I'm working on. I'm going to my friends' houses, filming promos and all that shit. Then we go to Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and shit. But I'm still thinking XCPW in my head. So, yeah.
Oh, now Levi's about to get the rant out of me.
I will say I had a good time running my own show for a while. ICW.
This motherfucker.
Especially that promo with Patriot and El Emigrante.
Oh my
I still have
God.
that promo because it was legendary.
Let me tell you something about Levi's Fed, all right? Levi ran Fed Qual ICW, and he wanted Steve Nemesis, which was my YWF character, and Alex's Enterprise.
Yeah.
His character at COH. He wanted us to be, what was it? We were going to be the anti-authority characters, but I was like, I'm sick of being anti-authority at this point. This is during the Chris Jericho list gimmick.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I want me and Alex to be more like Jericho and Owens. So we're going to go all out. The Wonder Bros. This motherfucker here had me and Alex do some of the most fun shit we've ever had in promos. And what does he do? 8 episodes in, close his fucking shop. You know what, Levi? I always thought you were a good guy, but because of that, fuck you. Thank you.
That's like Khan telling you, hey, I really love the Sting gimmick. Bring it
don't
back.
even go there.
And meanwhile, yeah, bro, you're fired. You're done.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna be the Crow, but you're only gonna kill Tintin. You're not gonna get top dollar. You're not gonna get what is it, Fun Boy? Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, you should bring that to XVPW one day.
What?
If you're still around.
Bring what?
The crow gimmick.
It never really materialized. It never materialized because it all ended before it could even start. Because once I told him to go fuck himself in a polite way,
I was like Kurt Angle's punches.
he never aired it. So
He has some good punches.
Kurt Angle is one of the best.
Even Kurt Angle with hair.
See that, people? No forearms. Take notes, minor wrestlers.
Oh, and yeah,
I hate this.
Not
It
only
says it there.
that, they didn't have their eyes open when the ref was counting.
Oh my god, man.
While you're in there laying on the mat.
Yeah, and they have their eyes wide open as the ref was counting. 1, 2.
But yeah. So what's in the future for Rage, man, or COH? What's the 2024 tenure?
Well, I think the end goal for Rage is get to 100 episodes and close it down.
Really?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Then after that, I never got to 100 episodes of Battleground. Wrap that up, and then get 200 episodes of Slam, and then close that, and then start a new show.
Damn. So Rage is gonna be done after 100, so you're gonna think of a new name for a show?
I already got a new name. I got 2 new names.
Oh shit. So you're here for the long run.
Yeah.
What?
Long term.
What? You must be at peace.
We're going to be doing this for a while.
Damn, you kind of encouraged me to keep XCPW around.
Ask me where I am in 10 years.
If I had the time around ICW again, it'd be so much better.
Editing over the years, plus having a mic with mute button for when I cough.
You ain't gonna fuck.
So does that mean that we're gonna continue meeting once a month for?
Well, look at it this way.
That's
I mean,
cool.
When you look at it from a perspective, COH has really gotten bigger than you realize. You've got a Hall of Fame now with 2 new inductees.
That's your first Hall of Fame. I respect that.
Yeah. So you got 2 Hall of Fame. Who? Do you have any ideas who's the next inductee after Goonie?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay.
I think I'm sitting next to one.
Yeah, but am I next?
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about him.
Oh,
X!
I'm a Hall of Fame. Oh, man, that'd be great.
Will XVPW have one?
I'm thinking about it because you guys seen the first generation of XVPW heads.
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan, Rocky, Osama. Those like the main 3 technically. Biggs.
Yeah. What happened to them?
I mean, they're grown up. I mean, I think one of them has a kid on the way. Right. The other guy, I don't know what he's doing now. I mean, I called him. We talked for like a little bit, but we're still not that cool. But I still have love for him. Rocky Patel, I still keep in touch with him. He's still doing his Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Yeah, of course you're not going to do it again.
But yeah,
fucker, because he doesn't want me to have fun with the Wonder Bros.
But yeah, I legit thought about having a Hall of Fame and see if they want to do it. I mean, they seen how I've have a lot of passion for it, and they respect that, you know. And I told them, would you guys want to come back? Would you guys want to do it? He's like, if we have time, yeah. But for right now, we're just happy that you're happy. And I'm like,
where I realized that your company was big was Last Dance. Seeing all the interaction.
And that's why I tell him to do fucking live premieres on fucking shows.
Did that help, the live premiere?
It did help, but what made that show special, like, where it really kicked in for me with this show being special was after the intro, you had Nate do his promo. You did the first match, which was, conveniently enough, Levi and Austin. It was that first video package that you did. It was 2012, all of that. And because keep in mind, this was May of 2022 when you did that show. Yep. So it just dawned on me that was 10 years ago we did all that stuff. One promo in particular I remember that you aired in the clip was Patriot screaming no at random people that we found right outside TLC 2012, if you remember.
Yeah.
And it started to hit to me like, oh my God, all the crazy shit that we did for YouTube was because of COH. All that shit. Like,
yeah.
A lot of my crazy angles, a lot of my big time promos and all this stuff came from that one company. So it's like a lot of my memories, CEAW related. I mean, obviously XVPW is kind of more on the later side of my memories. But like as far as my 20s was all COH consumed. Like when you started, it was 2011. I was 22 at the time. Mm-hmm. And we always called it the continuation of YTCW, except YTCW it was never going to survive in today's climate. It is not with what the format was. So just seeing how important it was to see all these people who weren't there for a long time come back, and it ended up being Amazing Punk's last show.
Yeah, wow, yes.
Yeah.
Before he passed
Is
away.
Amazing Punk 3D?
Not Christian!
Damn. First one out. Sorry, guys. We have Raw from 2001.
It's the post-invasion.
Post-invasion angle.
No, post-invasion pay-per-view.
Yeah. They got a elimination tables match.
Yeah, and we just saw the killer Trish Stratus versus Tori Wilson spanking match. But yeah.
Double clothesline.
But yeah, with Amazing Punk, that was...
Yeah, he was, I think he's the first guy that I had on my roster that's unfortunately passed away.
Damn.
Or current guy or ex-guy, yeah.
Not including Eddie Mack, who really was more of a booker.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was tragic because I worked with Amazing Punk closely. So it was my first CAW related death that because obviously you had Eddie Mack. There's probably been a couple of other guys, but I wasn't close with Eddie Mack like everybody else.
Yeah, I wasn't either, but when he died, it was still very tragic. It was late night when I got that message that Eddie passed away. I know he's been having some health issues prior, but
like a year prior he was having an episode.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the hell was going on. But with Amazing Punk, we didn't actually find out. I didn't find out until about a couple days after he died. Mm-hmm. You messaged me.
Because I have him as a friend on Facebook.
So do I.
Yeah. And I saw, I guess, a relative of him saying, no, we're going to miss you. I'm like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
And then I went on his Facebook page, and it was just everyone, we miss you, we miss you.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's when you broke the news to me, and I was going to work that day. I think you texted me right in the morning. I was like, my fucking whole entire demeanor changed that whole day. I was just like, because me and Nicholas lost touch over the years. Nothing bad. It's just
Bookend?
that he, yeah, he just spine busted Edge. It was just, I don't know. There was something about him that was different. I guess because most people like him in his spot would have taken his spot too seriously, thought he should be world champion. but he never, ever, ever was a title whore.
I'm not sure if he won any titles of YWF. He was there.
He did. He did. He won the United States title, I think.
Okay.
Because I know Marco was a huge fan of him. Yeah.
Hey guys, join the podcast.
Oh,
Oh my God, Cultaholic.
Yeah.
Thank you, kind sir.
We were just watching one of your videos earlier.
Yeah.
What's the latest? What was
I think the top 10 backstage heat.
Yeah, top 10
ridiculous backstage heat moments. And I was gonna bring up, because what was the one that hit number 1 where Booker T got so upset?
Yeah,
Wait,
the house show.
I got a question for Cultaholic. Do you know what EFED is or like 2K wrestling shows? I'm curious. If you're still watching.
We'll wait till he answers. But if he does answer, I'll ask you. What's the difference between EFED and CallFed?
Booker on Paul London. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, we're just done watching Tori Wilson and Trish Stratus have a spanking match.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no. There's so EFEDs.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So EFEDs. Well, there's a difference because there's CAW, right? But then EFEDs is what you guys do. Then there's HLR feds with what I do, and that's the difference.
Oh, so there's CAW, EFED,
Yeah.
HLR.
Well, no. There's
Alright.
CAW EFEDs, then there's CAW HLR.
Okay.
There you go. Because I think that's the new generation of what stuff. So, yeah. But I think... Because there's the time when WWE2K introduced the camera angle stuff.
Yeah.
That's when people started really messing around with it. Because I'm pretty sure back then it was just CAW for you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
To me, it's all the same. It's just all edited differently. It's just like you have your own way of showing how the match is done.
Yeah.
Now, after watching that spanking match, maybe we should have a spanking match in EFED. How would that work, though? Like, you gotta get two, like, because girls are not involved in our, well, actually, no, you've shown me a realm where there's actually women involved in our whole fucking hobby. Which back in our day, that was
non-existent.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a girl!
Girl! You ever see that movie Euro Trip where they see a girl on the nude beach and like, girl?
Yeah. They're all like zombies.
Yeah, as soon as a girl came in, it was like, girl.
But yeah, that's the funny part about it is that you guys were there when there was no HLR, so it was just CAW for you guys.
Yeah. No custom arenas, no custom belts.
You were just playing within the game and just having fun. Yeah, that's why I like having you guys in my roster, my promotion, because like having the OGs and all that stuff, people who done it first, is like help. It's like a good. You guys are basically the.
You know what's funny?
You guys are Gerald Briscoe and
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson.
You're taking Pat Patterson. I'm sorry.
Oh, I gotta be the gay one.
I'm the Tony Khan of this shit right now.
Because I remember did the Crystal, Chronix's the video I just showed of Chronix. He had his wife, his then wife at the time.
Oh shit!
It was like his valet.
Yeah.
And then of course Raven Lopez and Kristen and D.
You know what's funny? Because I was looking at what you said. Yeah, Booker on Paul London was number 1. I'm actually shocked that Paul London getting heat for smiling didn't make that list.
Oh.
Remember when he smiled?
Yeah, he
during
smiled.
Vince,
Yeah, because he got heat for that. I was trying to think of some other ones that got stupid heat, or Rene Dupree because he didn't pay Hardcore Holly his parking ticket or whatever, and Hardcore Holly kicked him in the head so hard that he swelled up and had a hematoma that exploded on a plane. Like, wrestling is so fucking weird. And when you really think about it, the people that were involved back in the day, they just got upset over the like dumbest of fucking reasons.
You know what's more weirder? CAW is weird.
Yes.
CAW is probably in
more weird because
I don't know if the gaming community really acknowledges CAW, like how, because you have your 2K sports of like Madden, NBA, 2K. Then you have the shooter community, Call of Duty, and all that stuff. But a gaming community acknowledging what stuff that we do. It's like that's more interesting because I'm like shit. Like this dates back in wherever you guys came from, and I'm just like like, and now you have wrestlers now who started off in CAW, doing their best to get into the indie scene and making it big like that. So that's like That's like a new type of thing. Some people got into wrestling because they watch wrestling. Some people, you feel me? And so now some people are getting to wrestling because of CAW and practicing, you know, shit like this. And I'm just like, wow, this is this is something
It's
interesting.
funny because like wrestling, unfortunately, is so taxing on the body. So you have to be willing to put your body through a lot of punishment. So CAW is kind of like a good supplement of that. The only thing is you don't get paid.
No.
You don't get paid for it. There's not a league out there yet that's making a lot of money that would cause you to get paid. But imagine if we did. That'd be so great. But then it would probably put to death to actual wrestling because, like, why would I want to put my body through all this punishment when I could just take a video game?
Why let AI replace me?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is certain wrestlers that I know from CAW somewhat get paid for their work, especially in the HLR side. Like I got paid doing a match for WZW, and I didn't expect it, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money.
Technically, we get paid with free lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain because the place we got from earlier, oh my God. Anybody visiting the Jersey City area, go to Basil's Pizzeria. Fucking fantastic place, man. What's this? Hell, I left call in 2017 because some guys were taking it so seriously. Steve knows the whole story, but yeah, if things were different, I would have stayed. But oh God, taking it seriously is putting it lightly. How about this guy's not getting pushed and this guy's getting buried, and it.
Let me take a picture of Cultaholic and shout them out under.
I was very shocked to see Cultaholic. Who runs the YouTube?
I don't know. There you go.
I was very surprised at that because I have watched some of their content. But yeah, now we're seeing Steve Austin and Kurt Angle going at it right now.
The tables match is still going.
Tables match is still going. It's weird. You know, it's kind of weird because, like, with Steve Austin, he was so good at this role, but it was so bad for business.
It was.
I don't know.
Oh, they do have an IG. Cool shit. All right, cool. I'll do that later. But yeah, just want to double check. Oh, what's good, Rage Quit, Jay?
Rage quit, Jay.
I think. Yeah. But yeah, man.
Speaking of getting paid, remember when Justin Collins had a show where he was partnered with
Machinima, yes!
Oh,
yeah.
Vaguely remember
Rochambeau.
Rochambeau.
Oh yeah, we used to
Machinima.
call it Rochambeau. I remember Rochambeau. What's Rochambeau up to lately?
I don't know.
I don't think he goes by that name anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He had
So-
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I still call him Rochambeau, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's hard to cheat. Like, it took me a long time to call Caitlyn Jenner Caitlyn. It took me a long ass time. I was like Bill Burr. It's like, at least give us a chance to say goodbye. Bruce.
God.
Like, come on. Give us a chance to say goodbye before you go.
So what's your rule on 5 finishers, man? Still keep one finisher?
That's a question for me.
I mean, for you're on a promotion. No, one finisher only.
I think
No,
shit.
Because the game has 5 now.
Five now, yeah.
The game has 5, and you have
in the
1
ring,
super.
2 outside, and 1 super finisher?
No, not even. You can have 5 finishers in the game, but
who has 5 finishers?
well,
Name me a wrestler who has 5 finishers.
Seth Rollins.
What is his 5 finishers other than curb stomp and pedigree?
Rolling.
Is it Phoenix Splash?
Then
He never
Phoenix.
does it though.
Yeah, but that's just saying though. Like the game allows you to have 5 finishers, and one of them being a super finisher.
You only need 2 finishers, okay? Just 2.
But the game allows you to have it. I'm like, damn, Travis, you're gonna have fun with this.
I know, because I try to make sure nobody has like the same finishers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their fault. They don't know that going
Yeah.
in. So if both guys do like a GTS, I make sure one does a different variation.
Right.
GTS 1, GTS 2.
I don't know why everybody gives me the Alberto Del Rio super kick.
What's that? Oh, the.
He does, bam, instead of the sweet.
So the way I thought about it is, you know how I have 2 finishers, right? And technically 3, but that's my like last resort, which is I guess my super similar to Kobashi using the burning hammer,
Right.
and whatnot. Is I can hit my double knee face breaker now on every part. So there's from behind, which is the GTS 18, which is simpler to the code. Then I have the running double knee,
Right.
and the 360 one. And whatnot. So one is the running, one is from behind, and one is from a springboard. Then I have my signatures is the figure 4 or figure 10, because X is a Roman numeral. Yeah. So now you can hit your arrogance kick anywhere. You have the corner one, right?
I guess.
Like M can have the corner one, then he can have the standing one, right? So yeah.
He's a funky driver.
Or there's the run by the corner turnbuckle now, which is like a running super kick. You know.
To me, the 2 finishers I have is the super kick and the Omega driver.
Awful waffle.
Awful waffle. Yeah.
I fucking hate that name.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
the
give
most,
it that.
I know. I just hate the name. Awful waffle.
I call it funky driver.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. And I don't even know.
When did you start using the awful waffle?
Like 10, 15 years ago?
It was introduced it was out in that time?
My timeline is so screwed. But
Yeah, Chuck Taylor was doing it at that time, yeah. In Chicago.
But that move was out in the game during that time?
that I don't recall.
He probably just had a regular power driver who just called it that.
I don't remember what my other finisher was at that time. 'Cause it's so long ago. You're talking like, fuck.
Damn.
15 years ago? Yeah.
Shit.
Let me see here. Yeah, Awful Waffle is a classic. Love calling it that move in ICW.
I don't remember if what my finishers were as Steve Nemesis, because I think it was something different. But yeah.
That's dope. I didn't know that. Do you have a submission?
Do I have a
Like your own submission that you...
I never really had a
Yeah,
submission.
you were never a submission guy.
Yeah.
That was more like Patriots thing. He has the ankle lock. I had thought about if I was going to add a submission to my repertoire, would be Asuka's finisher, the Asuka lock.
Oscar lock?
Yeah, but what I would call it, I don't know. I would probably introduce that to M. Accuracy's first ever submission match if he was to win. In the lead up, like use that as his move that he's going to use to build to the match.
I'm gonna collab See a Witch in this one, so you guys can have it on your thing too. There you go. You tired?
Oh man, I barely sleep. I woke up at 4 a.m.
All right. Well, I guess we're done. Look, it's at 10 o'clock. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you guys. Hold on, I see another one. If you got a submission finisher, Guillotine Sleeper would be my choice. I did have the Iron Claw, but only when I was a heel. I think he was doing that for me at one point, the Iron Claw.
Yeah.
Probably when he was teaming
I
up
saw that movie, by the way. It was
Fletcher.
all right.
It was all right. I haven't seen it yet.
It was okay. It was okay. It could have been, I mean, they had a lot of stuff introduced, but I'm like, all right. They did okay. But the worst is the Ric Flair. I mean,
No, I heard about that.
oh god. They could have got They could have got Jay Lethal to do Ric Flair. I would have been fine with it.
Or at least voiceover.
Yeah. Hell, they could have got Will Ferrell to do it.
Or Jason Sensation.
Well, yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Cultaholic if you're still watching. Appreciate you for stopping by.
We're going to do this again.
Later.
Later.